everyone, welcome to Leetcode. Today we are going to solve Leetcode problem number 163, missing ranges. This question has been asked by Facebook, TikTok, Bytedance, as you can see, and this was one of the problems that has been asked by Apple when I interviewed in 2021 with them for generalist software engineer role. So I just want to cover this problem up. So we will, as usual, go through the problem statement, walk through the given examples, and then we might work out explanation for the solution that we are going to look at, and then we will code the solution in the end of the video. And for language, I'll be coding in JavaScript, so feel free to comment down if you have a solution in other language that will help out the folks out there. So the question states you are given an inclusive range, lower, upper, and a sorted unique integer array nums where all elements are within the inclusive range. A number x is considered missing if x is in the range lower, upper, and x is not in nums. Return the shortest sorted list of ranges that exactly cover all the missing numbers. That is, no element of nums is included in any of the ranges, and each missing number is covered by one of the ranges. So the question, I don't think it's very clear. You might want to read it by your own and try to understand it, but in short, it is saying that we are given this array of numbers. In there, we have either we are given continuous elements or we might have a missing element in the array, and we have to return a range that is missing in the array. So we are given also a lower number and the upper number. So these are like limits. So lower is the limit where it starts, the range starts, and upper is the limit where the range ends. So for this example, we have 0, 1, 3, 50, 75. So maybe I will just quickly write it down here so that we can see. So we have 0, 1, 3, 50, 75, and we have lower. So probably I'll just write it here. So this is our lower, and this is our upper. So what we do, we check difference by 1 towards the left side and addition 1 towards the right side. So right now when we check, is there a difference, any kind of gap of 1 between these two? So one gap is okay. I mean, if we are looking at 0, then 1 is the next number. So their difference is 1, which is okay. But let's say we are looking at 0 and the next number given in the array is 2, then the difference is more than 1. So this is the case we will know that this is the missing number and our range would change. So for this 0, 0, we are fine with this. Nothing's gonna change. Now we look at 0, 1. Also we are good. But when we come to 1, 3, we know 2 is missing, right? Same goes for 3 and 50. So we will look at one number before 3, one number after 3. So after 3 would be 4, and before 50 would be 49. So you get the idea. So this is what we are gonna do. After 50 to 75, we again see the difference is more than 1. So this will be like 51, and before 75 would be 74, and between 75 and the upper limit we again have 76, which is greater than 75, and 98. Yeah, not 98, we already have upper limit, so it should be 99 here. Sorry, my bad. So this is our problem. I think we can use a linear operation on this problem. So next we are gonna go to walkthrough of this problem, we will be using the same example, and I would try to walk through in a little bit more detail what we have done here, and then at the end I will code up this solution. So for the walkthrough, as we know that we are given this array that we have already seen in our example. So what we need to do, I will simply put here lower limit that was given and the upper limit that was given, and then what we are going to do, we will compare these values. So as we talked, there is no difference in the range. So what we will do in our linear search, we will move to next element, and here we see 0 1, no difference in the range. So what we do, we move next in the range, and here 1 3, we see there is difference of more than 1. So the range we got here is 2 2, right? And then we move next to 350. Elements differ by more than 1, so we have range of 3 plus 1 and 50 minus 1, so we have 4 and 49, as you can see here, as our ranges. Same we go to 50 75. Elements differ by more than 1, so 50 plus 1 towards the right side will be 51, and towards the left side 75 minus 1 is 74. So we have 51 and 74 as our ranges, and then at the end we check the difference of upper limit and last element in our array. So 75 plus 1 76 and the 99. So all the ranges we got are these 4 ranges. We will return them as an array, since this is what has been asked in the question. Alright, so now we will just code this up quickly. So as I mentioned, I'll be coding in JavaScript. Okay, so let's get it started. First of all, I will just declare an array of results, and I always just return my whatever I'm going to return from this function, because most of the times I forget about it and that doesn't look good. So not sure what's wrong with indentation, but whatever. Okay, so what I'm also trying to have here, we are already given our lower limits, so I just want to have kind of a variable called previous or prev here, which will be limit minus 1, the lower limit minus 1. So why I wanted to do this is because I want to cover all the possible scenarios starting from our both of the limits that are given to us. So yeah, so what I'm going to do is also our nums array, as you know, we have all these elements in it. I just want to include upper limit in our nums array as well. So upper plus 1, because that's what we will be looking at later. When I code, you will understand. So just a linear loop on this array. Nums dot length I plus plus, and I would just let's say these numbers are like A and B. Yeah, you can name it however you like. For just convenience sake, let's say A and B. So the first, what we were checking when we were walking through in the code, as you remember, we were checking left side. So like let's say if we have 0, then we will do 0 plus 1, and then if we have 1, we will also check 1 minus 1. So the forward limit and the backward limit, right? The next the next possible number or and the previous number. So prev plus 1 is like the next possible number, and the num that we are at currently minus 1, so the previous number. So this will be our kind of limits that we are going to return. And then we update our prev to current nums of I, because as you remember we have declared it as lower minus 1. So now we keep updating in our loop every time we have new nums of I. And I just want to check if the difference is like more than 1 and all those stuff. So, and we sometimes might have equal numbers, equal differences, like in the case of 2 2. So I will just push the limits in the result. We are using just ternary condition to check if both of these values are equal. Then we just push either AA or BB, depends on you. And then if not equal, then we push A and B separately. So I think we are good. Let's see and run this code whether it works or not. Yes, it does, and we can submit. So I have already solved this question few hours ago just to make sure I was doing it right, and this was quite a good solution, beat 79.65% of users. I'm not sure if Leetcode's backend shows exactly the runtime and all the possibilities, but still, this problem has been solved by us in O of n time complexity. And we although we have results array, but it's kind of constant. I would like to know from you guys what you think about the space complexity. Thank you, and see you in the next one.